award-winning weblog, Woman with a One-Track Mind is a work of 2006 by which author?
Sorry, don't know.
That was Abby Lee. 10 points for this. A friend of Leonardo da Vinci, the mathematician Luca Pacioli, was the author of an early written description of which basic accountancy procedure under which every transaction is recorded?
Warwick Wyber.
Double entry bookkeeping.
That's correct, yes. Your bonuses, Warwick, are on English history. What two-word term denotes the 10th century Danish confederation centred on Derby, Leicester, Lincoln, Stamford and Nottingham?
Yeah.
It's one word.
The Danelaw.
No, it's the 5 boroughs. The 5 Mile Act of 1665, which limited the activity of dissenting ministers of religion, was part of a so-called code of legislation named after which statesman born in 1609?
Would be one of the restored. No, it would be one of the restored politicians of the 1660s.
In 1605, so it must be during civil war.
Let's have an answer.
No, it's not Cromwell.
Come on.
The Monmouth.
No, it was Clarendon. Which monarch attempted to arrest the 5 members of the House of Commons, including John Hampden, Denzil Hollis and John Pym?
Charles I.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. What type of timber decay is caused by various fungi, especially species of Serpula and Marulius, that form a white...
Warwick Gill. Dry rot.
Correct. Your bonuses are on economic history. A chapter heading in his 1901 study of living conditions in York, B. Seaborn Rowntree coined what two-word term to define the minimum necessary expenditure for the maintenance of merely physical health?
Two-word term, minimum subsistence.
Subsistence wage.
Subsistence wage, really? Minimum wage?
Breadline.
Breadline. Breadline? Is that 2 words?
Yeah.
Breadline.
No, it's the poverty line. Born in 1914, which American anthropologist proposed a theory of the culture of poverty, holding that the poor in modern capitalist societies represent an identifiable subculture that transcends national differences?
1914.
American anthropologist.
I can't think of any. Can you think of any American anthropologists of that era?
Jared Diamond.
No, he's
Let's have an answer.
no, sorry, we don't know.
That's Oscar Lewis. In which Nordic capital did heads of state meet in 1995 for the first World Summit on Social Development, committing themselves to the eradication of poverty?
Are you sure that's not the Israeli thing? Oslo? Oslo?
No, it was Copenhagen. 10 points for this. Which Caribbean island was originally named St. Christopher by...
Warwick Christodoulou.
Trinidad.
No, you lose 5 points. Was originally named St. Christopher by Columbus, its name being shortened by settlers in the 17th century. It gained independence in 1983, along with the island of Nevis, with which it formed a union
UCL Murray.
St. Kitts.
St. Kitts is right. Your bonuses, UCL, are on a preposition. Which musical by Leonard Bernstein was based on the ballet Fancy Free and covers a day in the life of 3 sailors in New York?
New York, New York.
No, it's on the town. On either side the river lie long fields of barley and of rye that clothe the world and meet the sky, and through the field the road runs by to many-towered Camelot. Which poem of 1832 begins with those lines?
The Lady of Shalott.
Correct. On Wenlock Edge, settings of 6 poems from A.E. Houseman's A Shropshire Lad, is a song cycled by which British composer?
Vaughan Williams.
It is indeed. Right, we're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you're going to hear an excerpt from a piece of classical music. 10 points if you can give me the name of the composer.
Warwick Wyber.
Chopin.
No, anyone want to buzz from UCL? You can hear a little more if you wish.
UCL Dosa.
Satie.
No, it's Brahms's Lullaby, so music bonuses in a moment or two. 10 points for this starter question. What 5-letter collective name is given to the group of about 500 languages or dialects, including Zulu and Swahili, spoken throughout...
Warwick Christodoulou.
Bantu.
Bantu is correct, yes. So you get the music bonuses. There are 3 more extracts from lullabies. In each case, I want you to tell me the name of the composer. Here's the first.
Schubert.
No, that's George Gershwin's Lullaby for String Quartet. Secondly, this.
Mendelssohn.
No, it's Fauré's Berceuse. And finally,
Chopin.
That's Chopin.
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 Chopin. Great. Chopin.
it is Chopin, yes. 10 points for this. There are 12 edges or one-dimensional cubes on a three-dimensional cube. How many one-dimensional cubes are there on a four-dimensional cube?
UCL Murray.
6.
No, anyone buzz from Warwick?
Warwick Patel.
18.
No, it's 32. 10 points for this. What five-letter word denotes a rapid alternation of adjacent musical notes, also known as a shake, a fluttering or tremulous sound made by birds, and the pronunciation of...
Warwick Gill.
A flutter.
No, you lose 5 points. And the pronunciation of the R sound with the vibration of the tongue.
UCL Dosa.
Trill.
Trill is correct. Your bonuses are on a literary periodical, UCL, bearing the name of its Edinburgh publisher. Which literary periodical first appeared in 1817? Noted in its early years for bitter attacks on those of whom it disapproved, it remained in publication until 1980.
Steele's.
No, it's Blackwood's Edinburgh magazine. A reference to their geographical origins, what derisory two-word label did Blackwood's give to Keats, Hazlitt and Leigh Hunt?
Hampstead Sat.
No, they call them the Cockney School. First appearing in Blackwood's in 1857, Scenes of Clerical Life marked the debut in fiction of which novelist?
George Eliot.
George Eliot's correct. 10 points for this. What word is the name of a populous county of Southern California, a river in South Africa, and a town in...
Warwick Wyber.
Orange.
Orange is right, yes. Mountains, Warwick. The Crazy Mountains, Organ Mountains, and Tobacco Root Mountains all lie within which mountain range of North America?
Appalachian. I thought Appalachian.
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 No, it's the Rockies. Which mountain range extends northwards for more than 1,000 kilometres from Lassen Peak in California to the Fraser River in British Columbia, most of its summits being extinct or dormant volcanoes?
Sierra Nevada. Sierra Nevada.
No, that's the Cascades. Part of the Appalachians, which mountain range extends from North Carolina to Pennsylvania and was for many years a frontier zone between the French settlers in the Mississippi Basin and English colonists along the coast.
Blue Mountains?
Blue Mountain.
Yeah, what do they call that?
Blue Bottom. Any ideas?
Yeah, Blue Mountains. Yeah.
Blue Mountains.
That's the Allegheny Mountains. 10 points for this. What six-letter word is both an intransitive verb meaning to move or swerve about wildly, often downhill, and a noun devoting an individual's progression through a specific...
Warwick Wyber.
Career.
Career is right. Your bonuses, Warwick, are on the year 1972. By inserting a human gene into the DNA of a bacterium, Paul Berg produced the first of what form of DNA in 1972?
Is it RNA? I'm not certain.
Sorry. Any ideas?
Single strand.
Paul Berg.
Single
Single
strand.
strand.
RNA.
No, because it's not a type of
Single
DNA.
strand.
Single strand.
Single strand.
No, it's recombinant DNA. Developed by Godfrey Hounsfield and introduced at Atkinson Morley's Hospital in Wimbledon, what device detected a brain tumour in a living patient for the first time on October the 4th, 1972?
MRI.
No, it's a CT scanner. Completed in January 1972, which buildings required the excavation of more than 1.2 million cubic yards of earth, which was used to create 23.5 acres of Battery Park City in Lower Manhattan?
Would it be the World Trade Center? The Twin Towers?
Yeah.
The Twin Towers?
World Trade Center.
Or the World Trade Center?
Center.
The World Trade Center.
Correct. 10 points for this. In which Shakespeare play do the following lines appear? There is a tide in the affairs of...
Warwick Christodoulou.
Julius Caesar.
Correct. Your bonuses are on a political figure, Warwick. Which Norfolk-born politician was First Lord of the Treasury for almost... You don't need to buzz, you may confer. Don't get overexcited. Which Norfolk-born politician was First Lord of the Treasury for almost 20 years from 1721?
What, sorry?
Walpole.
Walpole.
Yeah.
Walpole.
Robert Walpole's right. Walpole was represented virtually undisguised and ridiculed in the Historical Register for the year 1736, a theatrical production written by which literary figure and magistrate?
Oliver Goldsmith? Oliver Goldsmith? Who writes around it then? I think Goldsmith.
Yeah.
Oliver Goldsmith?
No, it's Henry Fielding. Walpole's response to Fielding was to push through the Licensing Act, which remained in place until 1968 and required all new plays to be approved prior to performance by whose office?
Lord Chancellor. Lord Chamberlain.
Yeah,
Lord Chamberlain. Lord Chamberlain.
The Lord Chamberlain.